Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrew Hall. You may call me Dr. Kennard. This is the Disappointed Cat Morning Show, where we talk about the news cycle.
Good morning, everyone. My name is
Andrew.
Andrew
Oh, rookie
Hall.
mistake. Rookie mistake. Having my second screen with the volume on. What is this? What's bad? Bad. I think this is American Sign Language for bad. People in the chat will probably know. I only know a little bit of sign language. Yes, no, fish, basic stuff. Good morning, Dee Parks. All right, we got to get down to business. There's a lot to cover on the show today from 9 to 9:25. I'm hoping to cover everything. You ready to do this thing? Let's do this thing. I was going to start about MAGA Dumb, but first we should take a victory lap, everyone. We should take a victory lap here. Mr. Wright's death with a cop, Kim Potter. The U.S. Taser mix-up ex-officer is guilty of manslaughter. We covered the story when it first occurred. It was about the cop who had her gun in her hand when she thought it was a taser. She was actually yelling taser, taser, taser as she shot him in the chest. And now she's guilty. A veteran, former Minnesota police officer has been found guilty of manslaughter for the fatal shooting of a black motorist in April. Kim Potter, 49, claimed she had mistakenly drawn her gun instead of a taser that killed Dwante Wright, 20, during a traffic stop. His death occurred at a time of high tensions with the trial over George Floyd's murder taking place nearby. Potter's sentencing has been scheduled for the 18th of February. Over 4 days, the 12 jurors deliberated, I hope they deliberately deliberated, for approximately 27 hours before convicting her on both charges she faced. The first charge against Potter, first-degree manslaughter, is applied to cases in which the defendant causes someone's death while attempting to commit a lesser crime. In Potter's case, prosecutors accused her of killing Mr. Wright as a result of her reckless handling of a firearm. I'm just going to throw it out there. I live for a day when more people go to jail in the United States of America for recklessly handling a firearm. The second charge, second-degree manslaughter, is used in cases where death is caused by negligence and taking of unreasonable risk. The first charge carries a maximum penalty of 15 years and a fine up to $30,000. The second charge is punishable by up to 10 years imprisonment and a $20,000 fine. Interesting to note, the jury on this case, demographically speaking, was representative of the community. So it wasn't an example of 11 white guys and one person of color. No, this jury was representative of the community, which is nice. You would think it would always be like that. You would think so. I'm going to check out the chat before we go into the next story. Good morning, everyone. So I could save this for the after party after show, which starts at 9:30. But the girlfriend who has COVID, she is right now at Mass General Hospital and getting monoclonal antibodies because she's in a high-risk group. That treatment is available to her. So, and I have a crazy side story, which I can tell during the after party after show, which starts at 9:30, in case any of you want to hear it. But she should be back maybe around 11 or 12. Of course, it's taking longer than expected, but she is getting the monoclonal antibody treatment right now. Oh, yes, we're going to be talking about freedom. Simply Secular Dave. Did you like my latest, for those of you who read it, did you like my latest piece on Medium? It's about a post-religious pooch, dog, canine-centered post. Thank you, Big Zebra, for giving it a clap. And I understand the reference, sir. Good morning, John. Hey, MC Fractal, once again, a person who creates beautiful internet art with fractals. It's incredible work. What's up, Rage? Hope you're doing well. I hope everyone's doing well because this is, of course, Christmas Eve. And even though most of us who's watching right now, maybe all of us, we're atheists, we're agnostics, we're humanists, we don't believe in supernatural entities at all. But it's still, many of us are still somewhat culturally Christian. Look, I have my Santa hat on, which is fantastic. And I think I'm going to have to be told not to wear it after Christmas, because I think that would be a problem. If Die Hard, I haven't even seen Die Hard this season yet. What's up, King? Dee, good morning, Dee Parks. Blazing, always good to see Blazing. Big Zebra says, I meant to reach for my taser defense is something I've heard before. Why don't they put the taser? Yeah, it was, and the thing is that Kim Potter was actually training another officer on how. Just training another officer when this happened. You like the piece? Well, good. That's good, Big Zebra. You'll notice that when I'm putting pieces up on Medium, I am thinking about, they're a bit more serious. They're comical pieces, right? They're funny pieces, but there's a bit more time and effort. I'm not cranking out material every day. I'm now taking time to reflect and to do a number of edits on each one. What's up, Spooky Bed Hair? I believe in dog. Oh, look, guess who's here? It's the cat. It's Biscuit. I don't know if Biscuit's. She has been really, really. Hello, Biscuit. How are you? You want to do another camera? Oh no, she doesn't. She's not interested in being on camera this morning. All right, let's get back down to business about. Once again, it's important to point out that Nazis are dumb. Authoritarians are stupid. By and large, most of the time. I saw an interesting video yesterday about how President Erdogan of Turkey is destroying the economy of his country. And when I saw it, I looked at it, I reflected on it, and it just seems to prove the rule that authoritarians, the only thing they really care about is keeping their power and not actually helping anyone else besides themselves. Okay, Kitty, right? Yeah. She's here. And now she's playing with my feet. Great. Now she's biting my toes. She's biting my toes right now. So I'm going to try to hold it together, everyone. I'm going to try to hold it together. All right. Here we go. Ohio Senate candidate J.D. Vance falls for hoax. This, I think, is J.D. Vance's I'm trying to think big thoughts look, which just makes him look not that smart. I'm trying to think big thoughts. Here he goes. Oh, the cat's biting my toes really hard. Just going to go into it. When a replicated version of a U.S. Department of Homeland Security DHS website surfaced on the internet suggesting that President Joe Biden had proposed a plan for COVID concentration camps. Once again, I'm going to read that. A fake website that featured a proposed plan for COVID concentration camps. Senate candidate J.D. Vance fired back with critical remarks aimed at the president. However, there is just one problem with his criticism. The website was completely fake. Now, the gullible, Trump-supporting Senate hopeful is on the receiving end of the criticism. According to the Daily Beast, there are a number of elements on the site that indicated it was parody, but apparently the hillbilly elegy author and Yale Law School graduate overlooked those details and immediately launched his attack. Look, I'm not saying that he's stupid. I'm just saying that being a Republican makes you stupid. Okay. Make it being a Trump supporter, being a fascist. It just makes you less intelligent. It makes you say things that are dumb. Seth Andrews. Remember Seth Andrews? One of the talking points he likes to go over is that when he was religious, the religion made him say dumb things. This is what MAGA does to people, everyone. It makes them say dumb things and maybe look really stupid too at the same time. All right. One of the most glaring details is the DHS secretary listed on the parody. Instead of listing the correct person, the site features the name of an actor. The venture capitalist and would-be politician perhaps should have noticed that the site, which claimed to outline government intentions to restrict cross-state travel and set up Australia-like quarantine centers, listed the DHS secretary not as present office holder, Alejandro Mayorkas, I'm sorry, I butchered that name, but as Tim Woods, otherwise known as the DHS secretary in 2 seasons of the TV show 24, the news outlet wrote. Fever Dreams co-host, I'm sorry, it's a podcast, also criticized Vance for his failure to pay attention to detail. He knows that Vance's latest actions are another example of how his culture war shoutouts are not landing right. You know, especially if you're running for office, you should be making sure that you're technical with your rhetorical punches, that you check your sources. But you're going to say to me, Andy, Dr. Kennard, when did the MAGA crew really care about citing sources? See, MAGA just makes smart people do dumb things. Everyone. 11 minutes in the show already? We're going to do the halftime tummy rub show. That's when we cleanse our palate, right? With a cute cat video before we go back into the news cycle, everyone. Let's do that.
What are you doing in my chicken? No, it's my chicken, honey. You gotta stop. Your food bowl is full. No, we're not having this conversation again. Don't start with me today. Get your head out of my salad. Oh, and don't you even start. No! That is it.
Drama with the cats, everyone. There's also so much drama with cats, right? Actually, my cat is back. I don't know where she is. Biscuit is out around doing things. Here we go. Jessi Bear, good morning. If he wanted to sound semi less stupid, he could have just called them internment camps, because that's at least historically closer to what the states have done in the past. Yes, that would have made sense, but it wouldn't have been as resonant with his knee-jerk reaction crew that he's trying to gather around him for the election. But I agree, it would have made much more sense, Jessi Bear. This is what comes from broken epistemology and willful stupidity. You're right about that, MC Fractal. You're right about that. Tesla Ranger said, somebody said something I like, so it must be true. Yeah, well, that's the nature of satire, these hoaxes, right? As a person who has been able to weave a web of hoaxes and satire around the internet for years, it's really, you just hook people in with what they want to hear. If it's too good to be true, everyone, then it probably is too good to be true. I don't know how many times we have to say that. What happened to parents just telling their kids, the Hansel and Gretel story, about the candy house, about the gingerbread house. Look, if something looks too good to be true, then it probably is. Well, you're right about that. They're not known for fact checking. All right, that is a desperate meow. Yes, it is, Sean. Yes, it is. Joe Rogan loves Andy. That's right, Joe Rogan. He's been a target. He's been a target in the past. All right, we should get serious. Serious about the next news story that we're covering. It's about this guy. We started covering this story. Well, we've been covering the Civil War within the United States of America for quite a while, the low-grade Civil War that's going on. But now we're actually focusing about the internal struggle within the Republican Party, the internal struggle for former President Donald J. Trump to stay relevant, as well as trying to get Republicans in office in the midterm elections. The reason why the Republicans won the governor's seat in Virginia, there's a couple of different reasons, but the main reason why is because the Republican there was able to go towards the middle, was able to reach out to independents and moderates. And this is why Donald J. Trump is saying things like, maybe you should get the vaccine. Maybe you should get a booster, right? We covered this story yesterday. He was in front of a live crowd. He told everyone, hey, look at me, I got a booster, and he got booed. But he is going hard on this. He is going hard to making sure that his constituents know that he is pro-booster, even though he said a couple of months ago he was anti-booster. All right, this guy. Trump rejects anti-vaccine talking point in Candace Owens interview. If you take the vaccine, you are protected. Links in the description below, everyone. In an interview with conservative commentator Candace Owens, Trump called the COVID-19 one of the greatest achievements of all mankind after he revealed earlier this week he received his booster dose. Owens suggested the fact that more people have died since the vaccines became widely available. It might call their effectiveness into question, but Trump rejected this notion. No, the vaccine worked, he said, but some people aren't taking it. The ones that got very sick and go to the hospital are the ones who didn't take their vaccine. Trump went on to say, I'm sorry, that was my Trump impersonation, of course. Trump went on to say that if you take the vaccine, you're protected. And if you do still get COVID-19 while vaccinated, it's a very minor form of it, he added. People aren't dying when they take the vaccine. Once again, this is him pivoting. This is him knowing that if Republicans don't get into statewide office, if they don't get into the House and in the Senate, then he won't be able to steal the election in 2024. This is the only reason why he is taking this line, because he knows if he doesn't get Republicans into office, in statewide office, in the House and in the Senate, he won't be able to steal the election in 2024. Now, of course, this is, I just want to leave that out there for a second. Dramatic pause. End scene. Okay, we'll check out the chat, see how everyone's doing. He also wants to consider it his vaccine. He wants to credit. Yes, that's right, Jessi Bear. He does. Once again, he wants to take as much credit as possible with the moderates, right? Because this is how you win elections here in the States. You got to energize your base and you got to reach out to moderates. Now, this is the interesting question. Will his change of message de-energize his base? Will it create conflict within his base? So while he's trying to reach out to moderates, he's getting his base angry with him. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Some people will say, here, Dee Parks says, some people will say anything to stay relevant. This is correct. This is correct. All right. What's our next story? Covering so many stories this morning, but this is what you come to expect on the Disappointed Cat Morning Show. With Omicron, you need a mask that means business. Yes. Links to this story is in the description. If you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitter, you're going to have to come over to check out the links on this. All of these stories are from legitimate news sources too, by the way. Here we go. With another coronavirus variant racing across the U.S., once again, health authorities are urging people to mask up indoors. Yes, you've heard it all before, but given how contagious Omicron is, experts say it's seriously time to upgrade to an N95 or similar high filtration respirator when you're in public indoor spaces. Cloth masks are not going to cut it with Omicron, said Lindsay Marr, a researcher at Virginia Tech who studies how viruses transmit in air. Omicron is so much more transmissible than coronavirus variants, than other coronavirus variants that have come before it. It spreads at least 3 times faster than Delta. One person is infecting at least 3 others at a time on average, based on data from other countries. It is very contagious, says Dr. Wachter. I'm going to use the German pronunciation with that. Yes, this is Biscuit, by the way, in the background. Yes, Biscuit. You're going to get... Here she is. This is 2 times. This is 2 times. Like yesterday and today, Biscuit. Say, you don't want to say hello to people? All right. Well, this is Biscuit. She's been sleeping a lot with me because, of course, I've been quarantining from the girlfriend too. And so Biscuit and I, for some reason, have become fast, like really really tight over the last couple of weeks, over the last week, since we've been quarantining. Okay. It's very contagious, said Dr. Robert Wachter, chair of the Department of Medicine at the University of California, San Francisco. And the time and the kind of encounter that you could have had with prior versions of the virus that would have left you uninfected, there's now a good chance you'll get infected from it. Once again, even if you are totally vaccinated and boosted, you can still get Omicron. That's what happened to my girlfriend. That's why she's getting monoclonal antibodies right now. Why high filtration respirators are better and how to find a legit one. Given all of this, you may want a mask that means business when it comes to blocking viral particles, unlike cloth masks. N95, KN95, and KF94 respirators are all made out of material with an electrostatic charge, which actually pulls these particles in as they're floating around and prevents you from inhaling those particles, Karan notes. And that is really key because if you don't inhale the virus particles, they can't multiply in your respiratory tract. Yes, that seems pretty obvious, but once again, we live in a world where we have to say the obvious things. The material in surgical masks also have an electrostatic charge, but surgical masks tend to fit loosely, and a snug fit with no gaps around the nose, cheeks, or chin really makes a big difference. Last slide. Wachter also says he is covering up indoors with small groups of friends and family unless everyone is vaccinated and boosted. If they're not boosted, he says, I consider them to be somewhere between vaccinated and unvaccinated, and I act appropriately if I'm going to be around them. That means he either has everyone mask up or he has everyone take a rapid test to make sure no one is infectious at that moment. One or the other. That is especially important if you're attending if anyone attending is high risk. Mara says that Omicron's surging. She'd have kids wear respirators if possible when they're indoors in public spaces. Parents searching. Yeah, okay. So basically, if you go to the site, there'll be links, the site to this news article, there'll be links to where you can find a good respirator, right? Because you want to find a good mask to keep you covered while Omicron is raging. All right, going to check out the chat before we close out the show, everyone. Kendra's here. Good morning, Kendra. Randolph Richardson, good morning, sir. See how everyone else is doing. So what are your thoughts? What are you guys, what's everyone doing this evening? The girlfriend's going to be taking another rapid response test. We'll see if she's still positive, if she's negative. She's probably going to still be positive, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. Biscuit is really cute. I'm going to drop another picture of her in the YouTube community section. We were watching Bo Burnham's Inside. I know this is like the fourth time I've seen it, but since I've been stuck in this room for quite a while, I thought I would watch the special again. Cat alert. That's right, Randolph Richardson. That was a cat alert. Okay, let's do the last cat video before we close out the show.
All right, Johnny, let's try this one more time. All right, so I got you here. You gotta use those. Pause. Johnny, more. Lift higher. Trying to get you up here. Just, you gotta. Johnny, you gotta put some oomph in it. Oh, you really gotta get back on that diet.
Cats and dogs living together, everyone, as Bill Murray said in the original Ghostbusters. My daughters and I are having dinner with my mom. Oh, good for you, Dee. Good for you. Me, I'm going to be talking to my kids. I'm going to be calling. I'm sure we'll be Zooming tonight. We're going to Zoom tomorrow. I got to go out and buy some treats for the cat, for the stocking. The cat has a stocking. Yes, I'm talking about you, Biscuit. The cat has a stocking. We have some stuff for Biscuit in her stocking, but we're going to get some more. All right. I'm going to throw once, I'm horrible at this. I'm horrible about asking people to like the video and to subscribe to the channel. I'm horrible at it. I should have done it a couple of times already. Once again, no ads here on this show. No ads on any of the recent videos that I've dropped. Thank you, patrons. Thank you, YouTube members. Thank you, people who throw me a couple of pennies on PayPal and Venmo. And when you do contribute to this channel, you support my other activities like writing. If you look at my Medium piece recently, you are helping me out in all of these different venues and all of the different things that I do. And so thank you for that too. All right. Thank you, video. I'll see you at 9:30, everyone, on the After Party After Show. If you want to be on the panel, link in the description below.